Yo, what's up guys, welcome back to the channel. I'm Underdog Reacts, and I watched Tom and Jerry from 2021 with the tagline sorry guys, with the tagline best of enemies, worst of friends. Yeah, it's been a while since I've sat down and put on some Tom and Jerry. Obviously I grew up with these two, and they are also part of my tattoo. Tom is right here, and we only have this Friday. We're gonna do the front. We're gonna final up the line work, so we can start coloring next year. But we forgot to put in Jerry in the drawing, so we don't, and I almost forgot about Jerry, until this part had to be done. I thought, wait, we forgot Jerry, in drawing. Hey, we forgot you forgot to put Jerry in, so that one has to also be put in. So we'll look for a spot. But anyway, this movie was made with one of my favorite kind of genres out there, legit one of my absolute favorites, and that is animated live action. Like Who Framed Roger Rabbit, Space Jam 2, Looney Tunes Back in Action, Evil Toons. I've seen them all. And as far as I know, those are all the animated live action movies that exist. Now, plus this one. Like I said, I've seen them all. And it's legit one of my favorite genre of movies that exist in the world. Because it's the old, it's just the cartoons that we grew up with, but they interact with live action people, and that's just great, and even since the first time that they did it in Who Framed Roger Rabbit, when I watched that movie for the first time, well, not on the channel, but before I started the channel, I watched it for the first few seconds, not even a minute in. And in the first few seconds, maybe I think the first 10 seconds or so of the movie, I thought this is gonna be a good movie. And I was absolutely right. It was a really good movie. And just like with that one, this one is also well, not a really good movie, but still it's a lot of fun to watch. Let's just start with Tom and Jerry, shall we? Flying over the waters of New York, and we're flying towards a bridge. Further bridge, because first we had some pigeons, the opening credit pigeon, also animated, bit singing and rapping, whatever, and then we see the bridge, and we see a metro, drive by, and there's another metro behind it, and there we see Tom. He's sitting there eating an apple with a big ass keyboard next to him. He's tapping his keyboard for. He's proud of his keyboard. I didn't know he could play. And like I said, he's eating an apple. And we see the pigeon. He's looking. And we see the pigeon, and we see then a seagull bump into the pigeon, and the pigeon falls to the ground in New York. It falls on the ground, and it's on the street, and there behind we see, maybe it's a parking lot or something, but we see a sign of Acme's chainsaws. So maybe it's the factory for Acme's chainsaws. I have no clue. Um, and there we, under a car, we see two people walk. We hear one of them talk, and you have to walk a bit further, and then the first one pulls on something and climbs up. And I thought from his silhouette, from oh, that's a rat, and the second one is a mouse. And I was right. The first one was a rat, and the second one, it was Jerry. So they climbed up, and if you want to know what's going to happen next, watch the movie yourself. Spike the dog, he was also in this movie, which was very nice to see. Toots the cat, the female cat that not Jerry, but that Tom had a crush on, was also in this movie. I think I definitely know Toots. I've seen it before, but she might even be, that one meme over that he uses Jerry, that Tom as a cowboy, and then he's rolling a cigarette with one hand, and he uses Jerry, to lick the thing, and then up in his mouth and the smokes, and he blows out, and then I think he says, "What's up?" or "How is doing?" Stuff like that. That female cat that he's talking to, I think that's Toots. I don't know for sure, but it might be. So it's nice to see two characters that we know from the cartoon days, that they're also in this movie. That's very nice. There were two disasters, in this movie. The first at the Grand Hotel. Yeah, before we start with that, but we had some familiar actors in here. There was Chloe something Cortez, I think, whatever her name is. I definitely know her. And we had also, I don't know his name, but I definitely know him. I think he also played, he might have played the main guy in Flaming Hot. That Cheeto movie. Might be. But he's just a fun actor. But they were at the Grand Hotel, and there was a major disaster, and the first disaster was definitely due to Spike. Spike was going after Tom after he saw Tom. So yeah, and it started into a whole fight tornado that led upstairs, and then they came through the roof, window, glass, roof, whatever, fell through there and all destroyed. While Spike, that was definitely on you. If you didn't go after Tom, this shit wouldn't have happened. Sorry. And the second disaster was at the wedding, and that was definitely on Terrence. And trying to blame, what's her face? Kayla. Try to blame Kayla for it. No, Terrence, that was definitely on you. Because you encouraged Tom to go after Cherry, and you told them both lies. You brought them to the wedding, and then you were rooting for Tom to destroy the wedding cake, which he didn't do. Ken Jeong, who also played in Community, the Ha-gay, that guy, he played also in this movie. He was the chef, which was very nice to see him also in this movie. He is a great actor, love him. But he destroyed the cake with a baseball bat because he saw Jerry on it. So yeah, that, and then the whole shit started. Um, so yeah, that was definitely on Terrence. Terrence, you ruined the wedding, and you tried to blame Kayla for it. The Toons, they did interaction with them really good. Yeah, great interaction. Just like if they were normal people. And that even since Who Framed Roger Rabbit, the interaction with the Toons, it's just amazing. See, why can they do it? Yeah, why can the Toons even blend it in perfect? They blend it in perfectly. But why can those things blend in perfect? Even back when Who Framed Roger Rabbit, I think, from fucking good. Who? Fuck you. 88. Even in 88, the blend in with the Toons were amazing. So how can they do it then? How can they do it now in 2021? But even with the first Space Jam, it was great. Um, the Looney Tunes back in action. Oh, and there was also, I think, the Looney Tunes and the Blue Skull or something like that. I've seen that one too. I've seen both of the Looney Tune. You have Space Jam, you have Back in Action, and I think you have also something with the Blue Skull or something. But even those, the blend in was great. So how can that blend in amazingly? Well, if you have normal CGI in a movie, it usually looks like fucking shit. How? Even in 2010 and shit, How? How is it possible that you can do it with cartoons, but not with normal CGI? Gee, that shit I don't get. Overall, it was fun to see Tom and Jerry again. But I think it was overall an alright movie. I wouldn't say it was great, I wouldn't say it was terrible, but it was rather alright. So I think I will give this one a high 3, low 4 maybe. Yeah. So, double it and then you have it out of 10. So that's a 7 out of 10. Still a good movie, but it was rather alright. It was not the best live action animated movie that I've seen, but it was definitely a fun one, and I would definitely recommend to watch it to all our Tom and Jerry fans, because this is just a fun movie to watch. Leave likes. Which is your favorite animated live action movie that exists? Which is your favorite? Put down below in the comment section. Subscribe to the channel. Check out my second channel, Underdog Eats, where I do food drinks every week. Also from time to time Hans's Knuckle. On my third channel, Underdog Reacts, where I do primarily music. I will drop, this probably in the evening. So I've dropped hopefully 2 new songs on there. So check it out. Link down below in the description. And I'll see you guys next time.